Guys, I really just need to talk about the Super Mario Bros. Movie because I am so happy. Originally, I was gonna style this video as like a Sonic Movie 1 versus Mario Movie 1, like first impressions, and I was gonna do that because I know that people aren't gonna click on this video unless Sonic's in the thumbnail, but I've just decided that I want to talk about Mario specifically because I am a huge Mario fan, and I've been so worried about this movie because I thought it was going to look terrible and sound terrible, which, I mean, there's one character that does, but let's get to that in a little bit. Ever since yesterday when this trailer premiered, I have had this feeling of intense happiness because not only does this movie look really, really nice, it just has this newfound promise to it that I just was not expecting. And my gosh, I just need to elaborate more on that. But first, I would like to show you my live reaction to this. I can't like play the video or most of the audio for you because copyright stuff, they've been taking down a lot of reactions, so I gotta watch out for that. But here is what I can show you. Dude, snapshot, look at how nervous I was right as the trailer was premiering. I felt like I was gonna throw up, because I was like, what are they gonna do to make this wrong? What's gonna happen so that this isn't correct? Like, are we gonna have like a road trip in this movie? Like, what are we doing? But no, the thing I kept forgetting was that Nintendo and Shigeru Miyamoto were working closely with them on this movie, so whenever I was like, oh my god, I'm so terrified to see what Mario and everyone's gonna look like, I really shouldn't have been, because Nintendo would have never let a Sonic Movie 1 situation happen to Mario. In fact, there are movies in the past, such as Wreck-It Ralph, where Bowser has appeared, and Nintendo was apparently notoriously picky about how he was presented in that movie, to the point where they were like, Bowser would not hold a coffee cup like that, so you need to change that. So if that was like one of their main priorities with like portraying their characters, we never had anything to worry about in terms of how this movie was going to look. That's a double-edged sword though, because knowing how strict Nintendo is with their own franchises when other people use them, look at Paper Mario, stuff like that, I was worried, hey, what are they going to restrict Illumination from doing or writing into this script? Is this going to be like a really basic movie where it's Mario goes to save the princess? And it might still have that plot thread, because, I mean, let's be honest, that is Mario, that is what happens in Mario. But we have this whole new angle where Bowser finds a powerful object, such as he does in some of the RPGs and just the games in general, and I assume he's going to be using this for some crazy conquest, because, like, he certainly was not kind to the Tuxie Kingdom, and I'm kind of impressed that they actually had Koopas holding penguins, like, at knife or, like, kunai point. Like, that seemed a little bit more aggressive than the Mario universe usually is. So I am a little bit excited to see what they're able to pull off in this movie and how they're going to evolve the formula. But can we talk about Bowser for a second? Oh my god, Jack Black is such a perfect casting choice for this guy. Like, if we can't have Kenny James, the guy who does all of Bowser's grunts and some of the words that he said in the past, like in Bowser's Inside Story, Jack Black has, like, captured the vibe of Bowser so well. Like, I know some people think maybe he should have been pitch shifted down a little bit, but honestly, if he was any deeper, I think it would be sort of, like, annoying to hear. I think he is at the perfect place right now to play Bowser and just be like a very charismatic and funny villain. And we've already seen in the trailer how smug he is because he thinks he is hot shit because he breathes fire. And that is amazing because Bowser is one of the best and funniest characters whenever he is allowed to speak and just have like that kind of role in a game. So, my gosh, I think we're going to see some amazing Bowser in this movie, and some people are saying he might even completely steal the show, sort of like Robotnik does in the first Sonic movie. And I think that is probably going to be true. I think Bowser, Luigi, Toad, and maybe even Peach will be amazing, right? But Mario, another thing entirely. I'm pretty sure this is echoing literally everyone's opinion on the matter, but I don't like Chris Pratt's voice for Mario. I knew he wasn't going to be the right choice for this, and with Charles Martinet in the movie already as some other role we don't know yet, this is insulting to the character. Mario in this movie is being represented as having like a Brooklyn or New Yorkish type accent, and he's had that in the past. You know, the whole like, hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Like, we've had that. And technically, those performances, like from Captain Lou Albano, predate Super Mario 64 and Mario Teaches Typing, where Charles Martinet was first brought in. So, like, on one hand, we've had this portrayal of Mario before, and I was fine with it. You know, like, I'm okay watching the old Super Mario Bros. Movie where Bob Hoskins plays him as a very realistic-sounding person as opposed to a wahoo! And the Super Show and Super Mario World cartoons are fine. Like, I don't mind them. Mario sounds fine. Luigi sounds fine. It's just something about Chris Pratt's version of it sounds so lazy and so boring that, like, even if you look at other dubs of this movie trailer, like the French or the Brazilian dub, Mario sounds like Mario. And the fact that they had Chris Pratt talking about how much he's always wanted to be Mario before this trailer started, I don't believe that for a goddamn second, because that man was reading off of cue cards and he still stumbled while he was talking. I feel like they almost told him, like, tell us what this part means to you, and it doesn't mean anything to him. So he did, like, one take, and that's why there's so many pauses that he takes. Oh my god, like, and then Jack Black comes on, and he's, like, full of charm and love, and, like, he really wants to play this character, and he's really excited. It's night and day, and it's not, like, subtle at all. I'm just really disappointed that in 2022, we're still prioritizing big-name actors over people who could play a part better. 'Cause we have Charles Martinet in this movie somewhere, yet he's not allowed to play any of the characters that he has, like, worked on for the past 20-something years. These are his characters. Like, I don't believe anyone else should be playing these characters at this point, because he has made them his own and he loves them so much. Like, you can tell by, like, if you ever watched the old Vines he did in the Mario and Luigi voices, like, he just loves being Mario and Luigi and he respects them so much. In fact, I met Charles Martinet once, and while I was in line to talk to him, someone in front of me said, could you say this in Mario's voice? And he said something like, I won't say anything in these voices that they wouldn't say in my mind, because I respect these characters too much. So, like, you know, he's not even one to be like, oh yeah, if you pay me $5 on Cameo, I'll have Mario read your tax return. Like, he's not gonna do that. And of course, I can't actually avoid the Sonic comparison in this case, because in Sonic Movie 2, they actually kept Colleen on as Tails, and she plays Tails in the games. And I think the movie was better for that. Like, they were able to shove A-list celebrities into every other part, whatever, if they really have to do that for the adults that are taking their kids to see these movies to enjoy it, whatever. I'm just glad that she got to reprise her role, because she's great at it. And this just comes back to the fact that I'm saying I don't think anyone else except Charles should be Mario. I think if they really needed to fill this cast with celebrities, they should have just let Charles Martinet be Mario and then have everyone else be, you know, Jack Black and Keegan-Michael Key, whatever. It doesn't matter, because no one else can really pull Mario off, you know, correctly. My buddy Lil Boulder, though, said that maybe there would have been, like, a little bit of a conflict having Mario have his, like, really shrill and high-pitched voice throughout the whole movie speaking real sentences, and I at least understand that a little bit, but I do think that Charles Martinet could have pulled this off, because we do have things like WarioWare Gold, where Wario has full dialogue, and of course his voice is very exaggerated, just like Mario's, but Charles accommodates for that and makes it sound more normal speaking full sentences. So I think after all this time of Charles doing these voices, I feel like he definitely could have pulled this off fine to a point where people wouldn't have been annoyed. I think it would have probably enhanced the experience for most people who know Mario. But I guess kids won't care either way, most likely, and the only person that really cares is the entire internet. But that's just how things are. I am very excited for this movie now. I really want to see some of these other characters. Like, even though Seth Rogen is a huge meme, I think he's a good pick for Donkey Kong. I can see that very easily. I would like to see just what else they want to do with this world, and I want to see them bring in a lot more characters, you know? Like, Foreman Spike is a very niche choice for this movie, and that gives me hope that if they continue with this series, we might see some fun characters popping up down the line. Like, I know it'll never happen, but if we got some of the RPG characters in here, like we had, like, Fawful and Cackletta in the next movie or something, I would, like... I don't even have words to describe how my body would react to that. Like, I would be crying and screaming in happiness, but they'd probably get, like, Danny DeVito to play Fawful, and I don't think that would be a good choice. Danny DeVito should be Wario, and I think Willem Dafoe should be Waluigi. I think I saw, like, a fan casting on Twitter once, but I was like, yeah, that's real. That should be real. Look at me planning for a sequel before the movies even come out, the teaser trailer. I'm just really excited, guys. I'm so excited for this. Like, I hope you can tell that, like, this comes from a place of love, and I'm so blown away and happy that this is actually looking good. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see more of this, and I know that when I go to see this in the theater, something is gonna make me cry. Like, they're gonna have some kind of, like, Mario music in the credits or something, and I'm just gonna lose it. And then the after credits scene where Sonic shows up and he says, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. Oh boy, no one's gonna see it coming.